Hi, my name is Isabel Izquierdo, but I'm better known as Izzy. Before I begin, I'd like to thank God, my parents, my teachers, Ms. Spivak Lopez, and the Fine Arts Department for all the opportunities they have given me, including the opportunity to speak today. I have had the honor of being part of the WCS choir since 4th grade and continuing with the program all the way through my senior year. The legendary Ella Fitzgerald once said, "The only thing better than singing is more singing." And I wholeheartedly agree. So after discovering the fun of show tunes through our choir's dinner theater productions, I decided to sign up for drama in 7th grade. And then I had the incredible opportunity to join the jazz band as their vocalist my junior and senior year. I owe a special debt of gratitude to Mr. Carlson and Dr. Hartman. You have both helped me grow musically, but you also made sure that I continued to find joy in music and that it never became a chore to work on my craft. My time in your classes truly helped shape my future, as I will be majoring in jazz vocal performance in college. But they have also been the source of some of my very best and most unforgettable WCS memories. Many of my favorite memories of school were made traveling and performing with my WCS friends, including every middle school Orlando trip, Bella Gonzalez, Isa Galvez, and my ad-lib scene in Bugsy Malone our 8th grade year. It was so bad, it was good. Snorkeling and seeing sea turtles up close with the choir in Hawaii, even if I did get a little seasick on the way there. Performing at Carnegie Hall, which is a musician's absolute dream, and I got to do it with my choir and band friends. Performing some of the warmest and sweetest songs like Cheek to Cheek and Unforgettable with some of my most darling band friends like Fernanda, Jordy, Danro, Jacob, Joseph, Santi, and Honeygram, and all the underclassmen too. Singing Java Jive with the Honors Girls Ensemble. That time Arnold took the stage with me to sing La Vida es un Carnaval, and just harmonizing with Ella Peligra as we walked to our next classes after choir. These are memories that I will cherish forever, because while I totally agree with Ella Fitzgerald's assertion that the only thing better than singing is more singing, I would add that the only thing better than more singing is more singing with friends. There is a special bond that forms between fine arts kids after a performance. That's probably why the orchestra always goes to Fuddruckers after a show, or the band meets up at Shake Shack, just because we want to be together for a little bit longer. The fine arts foster beautiful bonds and show us the power of community. But they also teach us to celebrate our unique traits and diversity. One of the things I especially love about the arts is the way they challenge us to look at one another differently and to love each other. To truly celebrate the things that make a person different instead of demanding that they conform to fit in. Visual artists in particular have a special gift for seeing the smallest details that make a person, a landscape, or anything at all uniquely beautiful. I think this is how God intends us to see one another, each beautiful, each equal in value, but different and divinely created. 1 Corinthians 12, 14 through 19 reminds us that the body is not made up of one part, but of many. Now if the foot should say, "Because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body," it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. And if the ear should say, "Because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body," it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? My experiences in the fine arts programs at WCS have been a beautiful illustration of 1 Corinthians 12, a beautiful illustration of how God created us each uniquely, but has designed us to work together in perfect unity. A singer can't be a choir on their own. A soprano needs the alto, and the alto needs the tenor, and so on to create the full sound of the choir. Harmony can only be achieved when multiple notes are played, or sung, at a perfect frequency. And when that happens, the result is pure magic, something more beautiful than what any individual could achieve independently. The same applies to band, where the saxophones need the bari and tenor saxes to be the foundation of their sound, just as in orchestra, the violins need the basses and cellos. Each instrument is beautiful in its own right, but is made more beautiful still when it works together with other instruments. Dancers learn to become one moving unit who not only move together, but move to sound. When each performer contributes their individual best, the end result is something awe-inspiring. Through the fine arts, we get a glimpse of what heaven will be like, a unified body of believers uniquely created and given the gift to uniquely create. Class of 2023, as we sit here today, ready to take on the world and ready to do everything, I hope we won't. At least I hope we won't try to do everything on our own. The world places so much value on independence and tells us that to be successful, we have to do it all. But the Word tells us something very different. God created us each with individual talents to work together in harmony with those given to other believers. We have seen the power of community at WCS. There's a reason the class of 2023 was a force to be reckoned with at every single homecoming. And I hope that as we go our separate ways, we will build new bonds as we broaden our community. In this room, I see future doctors, lawyers, scientists, accountants, writers, teachers, performers, therapists, chefs, editors, mothers, fathers, and so much more. None of these jobs are alike, but each is so important to forward the development of our world. Each of you, as an individual member of the class of 2023, has an important role that only you can play in this world. And if instead of running ourselves ragged trying to do it all, we each lovingly contribute the best of our unique, God-given abilities in service to our communities and to God, I know that the class of 2023 will not only affect positive change in the world, but will also broaden the kingdom of heaven. Our lives will undoubtedly take different paths, as they should. God's plan for each of us is unique, but as members of the single unified body of believers, we all have the same mission: to dedicate our talents to furthering the kingdom here on earth. And when we do, no matter where our paths may take us during this life, we can be confident that we will eventually meet again in the perfect place that is heaven. I love you, class of 2023. Thanks for the memories.